you how to make money. Who here knows how to make money? Probably yes into the chat. But I would equally be able to spend it. I would either be wearing it, drinking it, or eating it. And that's where my money used to go. But Lloyd showed me some easy and simple strategies to follow whereby I can make more money, but then also have money invested. And so I'm really excited for you to be here if you're a spender like me and you're looking for ways to not only earn extra money, but how to keep it as well. And so before I bring on our trainer, would it be okay if we set a few agreements together to get the most out of this masterclass? If that's okay, pop a yes into the chat if you are open. All the yeses coming through. You're a great crew tonight. So we're going to have a lot of fun. The first agreement is to be open. So if you're open to being open, pop a 1. And that basically means you're open to new ideas, new principles, new ways of doing things. Amazing. Look at all the ones coming through. And pop a 2 in the chat if you're ready to play at 100%. And what do I mean by that? I mean, have a pen and paper ready to go to take notes. If you're laying in bed, sit upright. And if you can, totally optional, turn on your cameras. Thanks, Greg. So good to see you, Greg. Oh my gosh, long time no see. Turn on your cameras because that way Lloyd will know whether his jokes are funny or not, but I totally get it if you're laying in bed in your pajamas, all good. And pop a 3 in the chat if you're ready to have fun, right? Learn how to make extra money, how to earn passive income whilst having fun. So good. Love all 3s coming through. So your trainer, I get to introduce him now, has 3 university degrees. Everybody go say, ooh, in biomedical science, in business, and in law. He's actually also a CFA level 2 holder. What does that mean? It means it's a very rare finance qualification. So he definitely knows what he's talking about when he talks money and finances. He's an author of 3 books, Money Grows on Trees, Money Buys Happiness, and a 3rd book on the way called Time Rich. He has the #1 money how-to podcast here in Australia called Money Grows on Trees. And he's got, 7-figure businesses. He's got a 7-figure share portfolio. So he's not just teaching you theory tonight. He's actually teaching you what he's able to apply in the real world. But like I said, he is my husband, so I'm super biased. But I feel like he has this beautiful gift of taking complex money matters and simplifying it for you and me. So pop some $signs into the chat as I welcome your trainer for tonight, Lloyd J. Ross.
Hey everyone, what's up? So excited for this. Round of applause for Greg, everyone. Love Greg. I haven't seen him for a long time. He's since F45 days, but good to see you, buddy. Good to see everyone's faces. See Sue, I see some familiar faces here, which is great, and some new faces that I never see because the camera's always off. So good to see everyone's black square tonight. Absolute pleasure. Good to have you all on. Thanks for giving up your time. Hopefully this is going to be super valuable for you, and it's going to be worthwhile because time is more valuable than money. So with that said, when I talked about doing this, I did this a few years ago actually. Super it was a well-received show. And what is interesting though, when I promoted this, particularly on my Instagram, I did a bit of a reel, and the truth of the matter is it does take active effort to create passive income. You just have to understand this. And if you aren't prepared to do active effort, you may as well just tap out of the call. Like there is no such thing that you push a button and money comes in your bank account with no effort. It just doesn't happen. It's not real. Unless your parents or grandparents give you a house debt-free and happens to be a tenant in there who's paying rent. In which case, the tap is instantly turned on through an inheritance. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about genuine ways to build some sort of passive income. And the word passive is a funny one. So we'll explore that together. But how many of you are excited to learn about this topic? Give me 2 hands up for those who I can see. Okay, cool. Give me some spirit fingers. Okay, now do some star jumps. Oh, all right. I was doing these. Oh, yeah, look at that. Go, Kylie. Doing some star jumps. Okay, let's get through this. So I got to share this with you. This is all a presentation I prepared earlier, just for you guys. So here we go. All righty, go. You're right. Now, make sure you do get a notepad and pen because a short pencil is better than a long memory. This is being recorded for anyone who's asleep in the United States or North America or Europe or whatever it might be. Actually, Europe, you probably wouldn't be. You may be at work. So let's go. This is my name. This is what I'm This is, yep, for me, author, trainer, investor. 10 ways to create passive income. Disclaimer, it's not financial advice at all. And again, it takes active effort. Okay, quick disclaimer there. When a few years ago, probably 2008, I didn't really know what I wanted to be when I grew up. Anyone feel the same way? But I knew I wanted to be free. And I left university, got a job, and I was working in Abu Dhabi, and I was working 60 hours a week, and I was commuting 3 hours a day, and I wanted to shoot myself in the face. So I was like, well, that's not going to be good. So I need to figure out a way to get out of this. So I jumped out of there, got into a property business. I wanted an escape plan, so I started looking at ways to create some sort of passive income. And in 2009, even when I was there, I did start exploring and jumping into the world of investing in stocks because I knew they paid a dividend to me in income. That was my escape plan. And then I was like, that's going to take forever. So I was like, I need to get out of here. I need to get into business. And unfortunately, when I got into property business, I had no leverage. So no one worked for me. I did all my own sales. And so there was no passive to that income at all. It was very active, commission only selling. And then what happened was my sister introduced us to a little side hustle in network marketing. And what I loved about that was the fact that there was some sort of recurring income from it. Again, it was going to take active effort. I was under no false pretenses, under no illusion that we were going to make money by doing nothing. I was under no illusion. I was prepared to do the work, but what I needed to know was would the work be worth the squeeze? Would the juice be worth the squeeze? And what I loved about it was that we noticed that people who started, customers we got started, they would reorder. And it was just a fabulous experience to see money come into our bank account each week that didn't require a sale from us or any particular specific effort. And now today, the truth of the matter is that if Alicia and I did nothing for the next, I would say maybe 5 or 10 years, we would have money coming in every week. So I think at this point in time, you could safely say it's passive. And we knew that was a possibility back then, and that's why we worked hard at building it. Okay. And then thankfully it launched us into other things, and we've explored multiple ways at earning different income streams. And we now have, I would say 5 or 6 recurring income streams that we've developed over time and we've built, in succession, not 6 at one go, but we started in that particular line of network marketing and built our way forward. And now we're in a position where we have a few. So I'm just explaining this to you and telling this to you because I'm not here to talk about the concepts and principles of passive income, which are amazing and fun. What I am here to talk to you about is the fact that we've walked this path, and I'm just going to show you some of the things we've done in as much detail as I can in an hour, and just explain to you what options you really do have out there and what it really takes and how to lean into it and start and what to expect only based on the experience we have. And I'll show you very transparently where I have not made money, and you'll see where I'm trying to make money. Is that cool? Is that okay, Louise? I can just see Louise. It's it, Louise Jones. You're the only one I can see. So I'm just looking at you. You got dolphins on your Zoom. This is wonderful. But I need some Oh, you're alive. Wonderful. I can see Viviana and Simon, but no one else. So Alicia, you're the one. I got to see you get a reaction here. Okay. So author of these books, if you haven't got it yet, feel free to go grab it. It's $9. Free audio. moneybuyshappinessbook.com. And let's get on with it. So what is passive income? Just pop in the chat for me. What is passive income? Mean, bro. Josh. Josh from New Zealand. Mean ass, bro. What is passive income? Pop in the chat for me. What is it? Yeah, it's definitely recurring. That's for sure. Recurring cash flow. Cash flows from debt-free assets. Yes, Bree, that's correct. Not all, but most. Yeah, income that comes in without you needing to put in the work. Generally, yeah. Like if it's truly passive, that's correct. Unfortunately, there's always just a glimmer of work, even if it's a little bit of mental work. Recurring income from one initial action. Yep, you'll be, yeah. Well, a series of actions, I would say, Pete. Income that occurs without spending time. That's a pretty good one. Money you don't work for. I would say money that comes that you did work for. but you no longer have to work for, I would think. Money that comes without effort after a while. So money that comes without effort after a lot of effort would be a good definition. You see where I'm going with this? Okay, make money while you sleep. Yes. Recurring income. Cool. Non-labored income, minimal effort. All right, great. All right. Money that makes money babies. Okay, wonderful. Excellent. Passive. Great. So here's what I'm going to do in this web class. I'm going to actually show you the 10 different ways, and I'm going to explain to you the difficulty. We've got a traffic light system. So I want to explain what I feel the difficulty of starting it, the difficulty to make money from it, and the difficulty to maintain. Now, when you think about passive income, you would think that if it's truly passive, it's not difficult to maintain. But there are different levels to how passive something is. Okay. And so I want to just explore that with you on this. All right. I don't want you to, there are different levels. Okay. So here we go. You ready to go? Who wants to know the 10? Come on. Pop a me in the chat. If you see me. Awesome. All right, let's go. So the first one is very easy. It's a very simple one. It comes from stocks. And when you buy stocks, you actually buy a piece of a business. So there are 2 ways to develop passive income. How many ways? 2. You either build the asset, you build the thing that produces the passive income, or you buy it. Okay? Or you buy it. And so with stocks, it's where you're buying a piece of a business that's already got people in the office working out or wherever they are, and they're producing the profits while you're sleeping. So is a great example would be this. If you buy a piece of Commonwealth Bank, you don't have to go into the bank and be a teller and do all the work there. You don't have to be the CEO. You don't have to worry about that. You just buy stocks in the bank. You can do it, very easily. And you will earn some passive income from the dividends when they pay them twice a year. So you will actually be an owner of the bank. How many of you would love to own a bank? Come on. Okay. Why don't you? Why don't you? You can. In fact, tomorrow morning at 10:01 a.m., you can get your phone, click a few buttons, and you can be the owner of Commonwealth Bank. How about that? And when you do that, you get to share in its profits, and you will get paid passive income and dividend checks. The coolest thing, if you live in Australia under the tax code, the money that comes in your bank account from that is tax-free. So the only thing that is sure in this world is not death and taxes, but just death. And soon I don't think that will even be a possibility. So if you want to make tax-free income, you can do it with stocks. Now, here we go. If you don't want to buy into an individual company because you don't know enough about it, you can buy a basket of stocks called an index fund. All right. And it's where there's 50 or 70 or 300 companies in one basket, and you're buying one stock, one share of the basket. So it's like buying an orchid or a veggie patch instead of one veggie. Okay. And the reasons for that are that if you select the wrong company and it goes broke, like if you had bought stocks in Virgin before COVID, you would have $0 left because it went broke. If you want to avoid that, you buy a group of stocks in an index fund. Okay, now anyone can do that as of 10:01 a.m. tomorrow morning. In fact, even tonight, if you want to, you can buy it in America at 11:31 p.m. tonight from an app on your phone. Okay, but let's say, for example, you waited till 10:01 a.m. tomorrow morning and you thought, you know what, I'm going to buy a basket I'm going to buy some passive income. I know that when I buy this, that every 3 months, this index fund will pay me almost tax-free income. Pretty good, right? Right? You're buying income. It's pretty amazing. Even if you started with $1,000, you could make some form of small passive income for the year. It'll buy you some coffee. It's real money. It's not just like monopoly money made up. Okay. So here's an example. If you were to invest in this particular index fund, you would get a 5.5% dividend rate. So if you had $1 million invested in there, you'd have $55,000 a year in passive income, tax-free, just about, almost tax-free. Okay, but you notice what I said there at the start, $1 million. You're like, how the heck am I going to get my hands on $1 million? I get it. But every passive income journey starts with a single step. Every single one. In 2008, 2009, I purchased my first bank stock in Westpac Bank for $2,000. And I remember the day I got my first passive income check. And in those days, they would post the check out to your address. And in this house, I went downstairs. This is 11 years. We didn't have 11 years. Went downstairs, opened the letterbox, pulled out this envelope from Westpac Banking Corporation. I opened it up, and there's a crisp, beautiful white check there. And it said $90. And I was like, Eureka! I found passive income. $90. Oh my God, it was like I discovered fire, because I knew if I could do it once, I could do it again. I just knew I had to find more money to plant this money tree to grow more money. Are you with me? This is available to everybody. And every big journey, every 7-figure portfolio starts with the first step to start earning some passive income. So I'm just going to show you some examples of look, this was in July. There's a $2,300 check from a company we own. There's another check here from, it's the same company. That was a double dividend. That was a dividend, that was a special. So they paid us almost $6,000, right? This one from Bank of America, nice to own Bank of America, $2,750. This is a nice one. This is $61,830. This came last month. I mean, I'm just showing you some things. This is just in my app, my CMC Markets app. I'm just showing you screenshots. I just went through there before this and just grabbed them and put it here, just to show you literally that we do it. We earn passive income this way. Okay, now these checks are based on how much you've invested, but don't forget, my first investment experience was $2,000 back in 2009, 2010-ish, right? I was just starting, and you're allowed to do the same thing, but it builds up over time, okay? Now, what's interesting about stocks, and by the way, you just have to add an app on your phone, literally, and again, by 10:01 tomorrow morning, you're buying passive income. I just hope you understand how simple it is. So, difficulty to start, again, you could all start it within about 15 minutes tomorrow. It's a green circle. Very easy to start. Difficult to make money. Well, let all the people in the companies go to work for you and you just make money. They just send it to you every so often. So very easy to make money. Difficult to maintain. Nothing. This is close to purely passive. Sleep. Don't do anything. Work ever again and make money. Possible in the world. There's no maintenance. There's no thought. There's no, especially in an index, there's nothing. Nothing. It's 3 green lights. It's simple. Passive income, option number 2, real estate. Other than fake estate, it's real estate. Now, what's interesting is it's very difficult to determine, you may all think this too, it's difficult to figure out the real estate market at the moment, right? How many of you see that it costs $4 million to buy a 1-bedroom apartment anywhere in the world now? You notice that? Before COVID, it was like 150 grand. Now it's just like 10 million. Just boom. You're like, how is there any deals out there? So I was like, there must be some deals. And I looked at this property once around 5 years ago. And I was going to buy it because the passive income was wonderful. And so I was like, I wonder if it's still available. And it is. You want to see it? Yeah? Would you believe me if I told you it was 299 grand? Yes? So let's check it out. We'll do a real life example. I'll just get rid of my screen here. I'll go to realestate.com. And if you go to realestate.com, I'm just using the Gold Coast as an example, but if wherever you are in the world, you can find deals, but I'm just using the Gold Coast, which is the 3rd most expensive market in Australia at the moment. Okay, it's not a good example, but I understand the market a little bit. So what I did was I went to see up here, you select buy, then you select the filters here. You select Gold Coast, all types, maximum 300,000. I only want to look at properties that are achieved, like gettable for anyone on this call, gettable. Okay. Now you're like, oh, that's a dump and all that. That's not good. Look at that. That's 80 grand. 160, not good. This is on Stradbroke Island. No one's going to lease that from you. That's not going to work. No, 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 no. Maybe. No, 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 no. Here we go. Look at this. 2 better, 2 bath, 1 car across the road from a university. Offers over 299, which means, hey, which means you can probably lowball. Now, what's interesting is when I looked at this, it was about 180,000. So it's gone up 100 grand in 5 years. but still available. Now, what's interesting about this? You're like, what's so good about this, Lord? I'd never lived there myself. And that's not the idea of passive income. The idea of passive income is not to be emotionally invested in it. Stop thinking with your heart and think with your head, just on this occasion. Okay. There's 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1 car, which is quite interesting. That's where it's located. And now if you scroll down, it's rented at $660 a week, right? Surely the body corporates are about that. So you're probably netting about 500, which is fascinating. Granted, the council rates are $3,000 a year. There'd be some management fees, but think about it. Even if it was 660 minus 185 minus 75, you're at 400. So it's probably netting 20,000 a year, and you can get it for $299. So it's pulling in 7% passive income returns in a very richly valued property market. Across the road from university. Interesting, right? It would gross a lot more than that. And what's interesting about that too is that it's achievable for anyone to buy a property like that, because all you have to do is save for a little bit and you can go for it. I'm pretty sure the banks would lend on this because it doesn't qualify as a studio. If you can find a 1-bedroom studio, banks don't typically lend on that. So you need to have the cash, whereas this might pass 2-bedroom status and you may be able to get finance on it. But it's so available. And this is just in one city. What's in your city? Can you find something for 80,000, 100,000? After the GFC, I was offered in the Mantra View in Surfers Paradise, I was offered a unit studio in there for $54,000. And like an idiot, I said no. And so these deals will pop up, but if you're not looking for them, you won't find them. Okay, does that make sense? So I just wanted to show you a quick example of what is actually out there. You can buy them for $250K. This is Judy wouldn't be able to get financing on this, but if you came together with a couple of friends, you could probably syndicate it and then somehow leverage the cash flow. Okay. This one was amazing. I don't have time to go into this one, but Borton Road, Merrimack is a 3-bedder. You can finance that. 3-bath. I think it was netting like 8% net or even higher. It's amazing. You can go check it out. It's by Remax. All right. So real estate's a funny one. It's difficult to start. So how do you get passive income with real estate? Someone pop in the chat. You wouldn't need an income of that, Christine, to get that property for sure. Rent it out. Yeah, rent. So someone moves in and they pay you. So they're paying you recurring income for shelter. Yep, passive income. Now, where it becomes a little bit trickier is it's difficult to start because of the capital required. You have to have, a small deposit, then you have to have financing, you have to have some income, like you do, okay? It's not something you just bootstrap. I'm showing you 2 examples here of how you buy passive income. We will get to the build part shortly. So difficulty to start red, difficulty to make money, pretty easy. Very, very much at the moment too. Difficulty to maintain orange, the reason being because you have to manage it. You got to manage the tenant, you got to do some things, okay? It's not so easy. It's not purely passive, not like stocks. Right? Which is why I love stocks so much. Okay. Number 3, network marketing that everyone turns their nose up at. Well, not everyone, but a lot of people, right? This is what we did back we started this in 2014. And so what happened was this. My sister introduced, she said, oh, I've got these products. We're like, what the hell are you talking about? She goes, oh, they help you with your health. We're like, oh, that's okay. That sounds weird. But Alicia's like, let me start. I'll lose some weight and Lloyd will do it too. So I lost 12 kilos. I used some products. And then what I did was I jumped onto my phone and I texted a couple of buddies that particular photo. And they said, holy crap, what are you using? I said, I'm using this product. They go, oh, can you hook me up? I'm like, yep, sweet as. I'll send you the link, which I did. And then what happened was they got a shipment sent to their house. I got paid. Then they got results like this. So Daniel here lost 60 kilos and he's still ordering 10 years later. And every time he orders, I make money. And so I think we have about 15,000 customers globally. And anytime any one of them orders, it accumulates to a 6% passive income for us. Okay, recurring income. And what's interesting about this is that it cost us nothing to start. So anyone who's broke, anyone who doesn't have a pot to pee in, and you just want to bootstrap your way from the ground up, this is how you do it. This is one example of how you do it. It's perfect for people who don't have money, who don't have any skills, who don't have any, just literally just like, I just have nothing. I just need a vehicle. The reason being is all this cost us to start was the food we were already spending anyway. So for the last 10 years, the overhead has been zero for us because we had to have bought food from somewhere. But instead we put it in here. We then turned our grocery bill into $1 million USD. In fact, 1.4 now million USD. How many of you want to turn your groceries into an income? This is how we did it, right? Now, a caveat on this. We didn't just roll and sit around. We went and put in a tremendous amount of effort because we knew we were building a subscription-based recurring income stream asset from the ground up with no advertising expenses. So of course we had to do stuff. We had to learn new skills, which were fun. And we just knew it was good for people. So we were mission-led, and to this day, this business still runs and we get paid every single. Last week we got paid $6,000 in a single week. Anyone of you want to make $6,000 in a week? Literally, this is what we got paid this week. What was it? 10 years later. Yes, Belinda, you want to make six? So you pop up there, Bob. Okay, cool. Now that's not going to come straight away. But what is cool is there are people on this call who have earned doing this without any experience, any prior knowledge, and they wanted to earn some money online with their phone, and they're starting to do it. Now that's active income for them, but eventually it'll turn into passive income if they keep going. So you have to build this asset, all right? This is particularly cool because in the space of about 3 to 4 years, we have built up 100,000 a year of recurring income. Think about that. People are, you can invest in assets and stocks and real estate. It's going to take 10, 20, 30 years. Or in 3 to 4 years, if you get after it and really commit to this and go for it, you can build this asset in a lot faster time. Now, I don't know about you, but I feel like that was get rich quick for us. It was like 3 to 4 years to build freedom. Would you agree? This whole it's okay to get rich fast as long as you work your ass off to build the right vehicle. Yeah? Okay, I'm sure I made my point. So that's a high week. That's 9.5K. When was that? 2020. That was during COVID. There you go. That was 4 years ago. Now we've earned $1.45 million now USD, over 2 million Aussie profits. And what's interesting about this option is we did that. What's fascinating about this is we did this part-time while we're still in our jobs. I think I just have to make that really clear. Any of these options I talk about, a lot of them can be done, if not all of them can be done as a part-time hustle, particularly this, only because you get the network effects of other people. Very interesting, right? And so, yeah, we helped a lot of people make money in this area. Okay. Difficulty to start network marketing, very easy. I'm sure some of you have been involved in the past in various companies. They're very popular. They've been around a long time. But I'll bet perhaps when you did that, it was so easy to start, you enrolled. But then you maybe encountered some challenges and you found it difficult to make money because perhaps you didn't have a system to follow. No one was mentoring you or showing you the steps. And maybe the compensation plan of the company just sucked. And maybe the product sucked and didn't even work for people. And these are the reasons why people don't succeed in this particular space, okay? And difficulty to maintain is also an orange because you have to keep your finger on the pulse. We have kept our finger on the pulse for over 10 years. It's not like we just leave and go and sit on the beach for 5 years and come back to a bit. It's not like that. But the amount of work we do now is not commensurate to what we get paid. We get paid a lot more now for the work we do. But in the beginning, we were getting underpaid for the work we were doing. But I was used to that. Didn't bother me. I knew we were building something. Okay. Does that make sense? You enjoying your icy pole, Louise? You didn't think I could see you. All right, here we go. Next one, number 4, affiliate marketing. Few people know this, but you can actually go to Amazon Associates. Did you guys know that that 90% of Amazon's products by Amazon are actually sold by affiliates? Did you know that? Or did you think that Amazon created and manufactured all their own products and sold them? That's what you thought? Amazon doesn't own any of those products. They're pretty well largely affiliates. They're usually third parties getting products from China and reselling them on Amazon. And Bunnings, anyone shopped at Bunnings? Bunnings is a big Chinese e-commerce business in Australia. So what they do is they buy all these things from China, put them in a store, paint it green, go Bunnings, Australia, and they upmarket by 4 to 5x. So anytime you go in there, unless you're buying timber and those types of things, you're actually buying Chinese goods. They just branded it for you and lifted the price. So on Amazon, you're also largely buying a lot of Chinese stuff, which is fine. But the people who are selling it are also marking it up. And a lot of them are getting paid affiliate commissions by Amazon, right? So you can do this too. And how you do it, share the screen here. I'll show you on a website. Go to, where was I? Here we go. You just go to affiliate-program.amazon.com/sign up. That's where you go to. And all you do is you go and you just put in your Amazon account details. Then you just when it'll ask you for your website, just put your YouTube account. Okay. Now, if you don't have a YouTube account, we'll get to that. You should have a YouTube account, just put some videos up and you can sign in with your YouTube account. Okay. Then you just put your associate ID. You put like Lloyd James Ross 4. Okay. About your content, you just put some stuff about your content you want to create. Which are the 5 best describes your content. You just put blog. And then put this, click yes, and it'll go to Associate Central. Now, they'll approve you as an associate. Amazon will have to approve you. And once you do that, you get at this step here, you get a special link. And that particular link, anytime you send it, like for example, if you found something on Amazon you like a tent, you loved a tent, you could actually go and get the tent, get your affiliate code for the tent. And if your friend was going camping and said, hey, what tent should I get? And you sent that, you get paid. So you can actually earn affiliate profits on all of Amazon products. Pretty much, a lot of them, okay? But here's the problem. You have to do stuff. This is a passive income masterclass, not an active income masterclass. So there are ways where you can have traffic, and on Amazon, people can search and they can buy things from Amazon. And if they come across your particular affiliate product, you can get paid. But it's generally where your traffic is going somewhere. So you have to develop traffic, to develop a Facebook group, a YouTube channel. That's not very passive, okay? But I'm just showing you what's out there from an affiliate marketing standpoint. While we're on the topic, can you guys see the slides again? Yeah. You can also, if you want more of a passive experience with affiliate marketing, you can go to this place called ClickBank, clickbank.com, clickbank.com. And you will go through this step-by-step process, a big blue button that says start here. You can go through there and click it and you can select, it'll take you through this nice experience of like how you're going to get traffic, how you're going to get traffic on this product. So ClickBank's got all these digital products. And with a digital product, if you start marketing a digital product and it's a subscription-based digital product, then people will pay you again and again and again and again. And that's more passive. So you'll get a commission clip every time. The trick is you've got to find the specific digital product or subscription that you want that ClickBank has, and then you have to somehow figure out how you're going to get eyeballs onto that, like traffic, your Facebook group, a YouTube channel, an Instagram account. How are you going to funnel traffic to see that particular offer? But if you have the traffic flow and it works out, you're good to go. Because they're going to pay and pay again and pay and pay again, right? Does that make sense? So this is where you can find affiliate products that repeat purchase, that are digital, just so you know, right? But again, it's going to take active effort to build the audience to get it clicking over and clicking over and clicking over, okay? Affiliate marketing is not the best passive model. There are like network marketing is better, stocks are better, generally real estate's better for a passive model, okay? We also have an affiliate program in our education business, those who have marketed our book, but it's active. You literally, unless you have traffic coming to your Instagram account or Facebook group or whatever, and they're finding the affiliate link, they're just clicking it. In which case, it's somewhat passive, but the fact is a digital subscription is better, okay? So affiliate marketing, really easy to start. Difficult, it's fairly simple to make money, but it's difficult to maintain a passive level of it. It really is. It's not something that's simple and easy. So if you go into any affiliate program, product, opportunity, whatever, and someone promises passive income, just be aware that it's going to take a seriously high amount of effort long term to maintain that, unless you can find a way to send ads to it on automation, which is very difficult. Okay, podcasting. So we've got a podcast here, Money Grows in Trees. Anyone listen to Money Grows in Trees podcast? Anyone listen to that? Hands right up, I want to see. Okay, keep your hand up if you would pay $5 a month to listen to it. I really put myself out there then. All the hands could have gone down. Okay, cool. So let's say that it was $5 a month. And let's say there was episodes on there, and there's probably almost 200 now, so I may not even have to make any more, right? And $5 a month. And let's say there's 1,000 subscribers, $5 is $5,000 a month. Does that make sense? That's if everyone was paying $5. But then if I stop putting out content, would they cancel their subscription? But it's not a paid podcast, it's free. How many of you want to keep? I'll leave it free, shall I? I'm going to monetize it, but I could, okay? So what you can do, if you didn't know this, is you can generate some level of recurring, somewhat passive, not purely passive to start with, income from a podcast. So here's what you do. You go to the App Store and you download the Podcasters app. It's right there, that one. It looks like Spotify, but it's purple because it's owned by Spotify. It's called Podcasters. You download that. Okay, once you've done that, then what you do is you go here and it says set up your podcast. You go to ChatGPT and you find some episode ideas and you find a name for it. So you say, ChatGPT, give me 20 names for this particular show about this particular topic. Well, anything you want to talk about. You want to talk about sausage dogs, then go for it. It doesn't matter what you talk about. There'll be an audience for you out there. But once you identify what you want to call it, you may get some nice art from Canva. Canva will create you a nice cover photo. And then you put the episodes together. Then what you do is you go into the app and you click add and you add an episode. And what you can do is you can click it and hold your phone, right? And just click the button record and you can just go, hey, welcome back to the show. Sausage dogs are us. And on this particular episode, we're going to talk about how they eat their own poop. And I bet your dog has eaten its own poop before, am I right? And you probably think that's disgusting, but did you know that it's very, very, very common? You talk about this whole episode, right? So let's say you did that and you did however many episodes. Once you're done, the podcast app is amazing. Since I last did this, they've progressed it so far. If you want to make money from that, then all you need to do on Spotify, because people are searching to subscribe to your show, if it's good enough, they'll keep paying you. You just go down the bottom here and you click monetize. Flipping amazing. Just monetize. And here's what you have to do. These are the rules of the game. You have to reach 100 Spotify listeners in over 100 Spotify. You have to reach 100 listeners just in the last 60 days. That's the rules to monetize. Okay. So if in the last 60 days you've had 100 people listen, you monetize. So for us, I think we've had 74,000 people something listen in the last month. So there's definitely, we could monetize I just hit a button and we're on. Like the passive income's just sitting there waiting to turn and split the switch on. I started the show 4 years ago. 3 years ago? 4 years ago. And I just do it once a week. I batch the content once a week and I do the episodes. So there is some activeness to it still. But the audience now is built and recurringness could happen if I flip that switch and cook $5 a month. Now, if you have specifically really high value, high quality content, people may pay you $50 a month. $100 a month, right? But I just wanted to show you how simple it is to start a show. Don't let anyone think that if someone's a podcaster that they're like all of a sudden like a TV celebrity. It's not the case. You just go here, click that, do your episodes, upload it, and you're off and running. Okay. I mean, I flipping recorded our show for the first year in the car. So look, I just wanted to show you how simple it is to make money. Okay, now I had this show. I tested this. And I had this show, I was starting it. It's called the Money Club. I think you might still be able to find it if it's free. I started to subscribe. I was hitting the subscribe button. I was getting subscribes. And I actually was breaking down individual stocks in analysis of the stocks I found were undervalued. So like I had these episodes, it's probably still there if you find it. And pretty much every one of these stocks has gone up since I did them. Like JB Hi-Fi has gone up by 80% since I did that. Citigroup's gone up by 50% since I did that. So I would say that's quite valuable content. And I could probably actually build an audience that would pay $10, $20, $50 a month for that. So that's an example of a podcast that would probably work for subscribe. But I just don't have the time to, it's not a priority, right? It's not something I'm going to put my time into. I like my podcast instead, but it's free. But I'm just showing you an example. So it's really simple to start because all you need is a phone. How many of you got a phone? Anyone not have a phone? So that's all you need. So very simple. You know, I just showed you the app to use and I showed you how to set up your, I showed you how to do it. It's very simple to start. Now, the difficulty of making money, yeah, you got to do stuff, right? You got to talk about your dog's poop or whatever it is you want to talk about. You got to come up with the episodes and you have to like, get skill up to talk. And it's with the podcaster app, getting 100 listens in the last 60 days is what makes it an orange light. But you do have to maintain it to continue the money coming in. Does that make sense? That's why it's 2 orange lights. Okay. Number 6, YouTube. So YouTube channel. Tricky, but doable. It's actually more doable than what I thought, just so you guys know. And you could all do it. You just have to figure out what particular niche you're going to talk about. So all you need to start is a phone and this microphone. That's it. Okay. Just your phone, the YouTube app, and a mic. Okay. How do I know? Because that's what now we did it for so long. And Mr. Beast, I mean, he's the best in the world. He's got 315 million subscribers. They suggest that he might become the first person to earn $1 billion on YouTube. So he's someone to look at how he does things, look at what type of videos he promotes, right? He's the best in the world. So just be aware of that. Now here's the stats, just so you know. Anyone can turn on their YouTube. You've seen kids when they're YouTube, all they do is sit on YouTube. And like they watch this thing called Squishy. What the hell is that? And some lady's doing this and she's making millions. Anyone ever heard of Ryan's Toy Reviews? He was making like 20 million a year like 10 years ago. He's a kid just doing toy review. Like you can do it, right? So check this out. You need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours to monetize YouTube. So it's about 90 videos on average. Okay. Once per week for 2 years before earning money. And I can vouch for that. Revenue per 1,000 views is $2 per 1,000 views. So if I do a video and got 1,000 views, which is not that easy, I make $2. 50,000 views to make $100 a month. That's the passive. Because once you get the views up and it triggers the SEO because it's owned by Google. So once it is well known, it'll continue to scale. And you'll get paid every month for how many views it has, which is wonderful. So it does turn into a really good passive vehicle. And if you have 60,000 subscribers, you need 60,000 subscribers to make $100 a month. That's wild. It's either one or the other. But of course, you see millions of views happen and you can make a fair bit of money. Okay. 10,000, 50,000, 100,000 a year, you can. Okay. But the idea is to start and build something like this because once you have the traffic, you can do flywheels off it and you can build other businesses off the back of it. You know, the affiliate thing for Amazon, you could throw that in there. Then you could direct them to your podcast on Spotify and monetize that. And then you could send them here and talk about a network marketing and monetize that. Are you with me? If you have an audience on YouTube, you can flywheel it into 2 or 3 other opportunities and you can start stacking it. Okay. But again, anyone could do it if they just focused on it. All right. Okay. There's some stats. So I just want to show you where I'm at just because I think it's important to see for you to see where I suck. And I'm going to show you that I'm sucking, but I'm committed to get better. Okay, so I've got 1,330 subscribers. So I qualify there, but I've only got 1,000 public watch hours. So now they've dropped it to 3,000. So that's good. It used to be 4,000. So I've got 1,000 public watch hours. So all I have to do is get that blue line up to there and I'm making income. Does that make sense? That's all you have to do to be eligible. And if you have, we were in Florida talking to a lady, and she's got a lot of followers now on YouTube. I don't know how many she's got. She's making a fortune. She's making a fortune on YouTube. And all she does, anyone got an air fryer? Well, all she does is air fryer recipes in her kitchen. And we're sitting at the table with her, and she's like, how much did you make? She's like, oh, I just paid 250 grand for this program, and I make this much. I'm like, holy, we're on the same table as her. I was like, I'm not worthy. So she just makes videos from her kitchen. And this opportunity is not gone. You can do it. All you have to do is model success. Okay. So passive income with YouTube takes time. The difficulty to start is orange because you do need a little bit of like you could start with your phone and a mic, but you have to nail your niche. You have to know what you're talking about. It's not so simple. It obviously with the data I just showed you, it's very difficult. Like it takes a while to make money. Google's not just going to start giving you money for no reason. Difficult to maintain is also an orange because you have to continue to create content. Okay, I'm sorry. So I don't think YouTube is the best passive income vehicle, but I think what makes it cool is that if you do well at it, you can spin off 3 or 4 other businesses off the back of it, which is really cool. Okay. Passive income number 7, book royalties. Book royalties. Okay. So we have self-published 2 books. The third book is finished. And this is it here. Oh, that was it. It's finished. It's ready to go. We just have to launch it. And books are purchased and over again by people. And I mean, authorship has been one of the true passive income opportunities out there for many, I would say hundreds of years, just about. So here's what you can do. You can write a book and you can self-publish it on a landing page with something like ClickFunnels, and you can have people find it through either SEO search on Google, through an Instagram account, through Facebook, or you can send ads to it. But that is active work, just so you know. Okay. So that self-published mechanism is fairly active, not so much passive. However, if you want passive, what you can do, and what I've done before, you can tell there's a book I wrote called Gorge Without Guilt, Intermittent Fasting, under my pen name, Jake Todd. Literally wrote that book, literally did the cover, got something with it, and actually published it on Kindle. This is years ago, and that's my pen name. And I did it through KDP Publishing, and just the other day we got like, I don't know, like 10 checks in the mail that was royalties from this. This is like years later. So I would say that's purely passive at the moment. And so what you can do with Kindle publishing is you can write a book. In fact, it's even easier now because you can get AI to write a book, and you just get someone on Fiverr to do a cover title for you. Like I just got someone on Fiverr to do that cover title for me. It's pretty good. And then it's really easy to upload. And then once it's uploaded, you can actually put in certain SEO keywords, and Amazon's search feature, when people are searching, may find and populate your book like Google search. And so that's a way where people can stumble across your book. Now, what is interesting about this is that once it's published once, there is no more work from you. So would be a very passive royalty experience if you just wrote a book. Now, here's a bit of an inside scoop. Does anyone read romance novels? So what's fascinating is the romance niche on Kindle KDP Publishing is where most of the money is. So if you can sort of craft a novel with romance in a specific niche, it will be the most searched term. It'll pay the most royalties. And it's very easy to upload. So that would be an example of, and you can actually get someone, if you go to guru.com, you can engage someone to write it for you for about $400. So you can go and get someone to write your book, then someone on Fiverr to do your cover title, and then you can publish it onto KDP Publishing and hope that it gets picked up. Now, those of you who are writing furiously right now and you think this is highly valuable, do you think this is valuable? Do you think this is valuable? Is this value? You good? One of you, perfect. Just be careful that when you go do this, your expectations are managed. Because when I first did it, nothing happened. And just so you know, $10 here, $30 there. It's fun, it's cool, but it ain't gonna retire you. We made 6,000 this week just from our network marketing business alone. That would be largely nearly impossible to do with KDP publishing. I just want you to know the difference. Okay. So if you want to put all your effort into something like this, just know that the juice may or may not be worth the squeeze for the size of income checks you make. However, what it will do is hone your skills, and you will make some money, and it will give you some level of like self-fulfillment, and you'll get, and it's a part of the journey of learning. Okay. I'm just saying that to you because I've done it, and I just want to share that it can be done. Okay. And it is pretty passive. Okay. Now you can self-publish like actual books. So we're going to self-publish the new book onto Amazon. And that will just be a royalty thing, I think. And that will be purely passive. It won't be, we'll be doing it on KDP Publishing, but I think it'll go pretty good. So that's one way of getting pure passive income through Amazon Publishing. Difficulty to start is orange because you have to come up with the actual book and get someone to write it. And then the making money part, it has to hit the right niche. Otherwise, it's not going to make any money. And difficult, maintaining, easy, done. Once it kicks off and picks up and you're done. You don't have to touch a thing. Amazon will just keep paying you. It'll just flood. Boom. Money come in. Okay, so that's the beauty of that. Okay, number 8, courses. Courses. So we have this course, Investing Mastery course.com. If you go there, you can get the course. It's a standalone thing. We sell courses every day, but one of the things that mistake people make is, and if you want to create a course, it's a wonderful way for people to buy your knowledge from you and deliver it to them without you being present there. And if you have a situation where they're purchasing it over and over again, it does become a little bit passive. Okay. However, if you create a course, if you build a shop in the middle of the desert and there's no roads to it, there's no foot traffic, will you sell anything? No. So if you make a course and you put it onto a website, ta-da, you've literally just built a shop in the middle of the desert. There's no eyeballs or ears on it. So if you do have a course, you have to get eyeballs and ears on it. Now, the most effective way to make it passive is if you host the course with a link on an Instagram account, and the Instagram account is built up through organic posting and continues to be built up, or ads are sent to it. And that makes it more passive. Okay. But someone would actively have to do it. So you'd have to engage a partner, someone to run the ads for you, someone to do your Instagram account for you, and it becomes more passive. Okay. A tricky one to make passive, but also it can be very effective. So all you need to do to start the course is Kajabi and Zoom. Now, you don't even need Kajabi, you just need Zoom. Right? When we first started our first courses, I just use Zoom. Right? Click play. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my course on sausage dogs. In this program, we're going to discover the 7 ways that sausage dogs show their love, whatever it might be. Okay. You can upload your course onto Udemy. Now, if you want to actually just get paid passively, Udemy is very similar to KDP Publishing, but for courses. So if you decide you want to actually get Zoom, record your course, you can upload it to Udemy, and all the traffic there will be searching for courses like yours, and bang, 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 bang. The traffic you didn't have to create is already there. And that's how you can make a passive, like royalty-driven course. Okay. So Udemy is like the Google or the Amazon of courses. Udemy. Okay. And if you don't want to use Kajabi, you can use Skillshare, which also has an affiliate program attached to it where you can record your course, use Skillshare, people can find it, but Udemy is how you develop passive income from a course. Okay. Just got to go to ChatGPT and type in, if I want to build a course out of sausage dogs, what are the 7 things or 12 things that I need to cover? And it'll give me the topics, and then I've got to sit here, push play on the Zoom, be energetic. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our first lesson about sausage dogs. And what you're going to discover in this is how you have to be when you're delivering content. And that's why it's not so easy to do, because a lot of people can't just turn it on like that. That takes skill and time and effort, right? I went to Toastmasters for 2 years to learn how to do that. So you have to do those things sometimes to be a certain way on camera. Difficult to start, probably red. because you have to figure it all out and push record. And some of you don't even like to have your Zoom cameras on, well, most of the time. So it's like, wow, I got to get through that. Then the difficult to make money, you've got to make sure there's eyeballs on it. So you got to create your own traffic. But once it's there and it's done and it's producing, you don't have to maintain it. It's a digital thing necessarily, unless you're trying to send traffic to it. Okay. Course is a tricky one. Okay. You'll like this one. Subscription, passive income number 9. Anyone heard of OnlyFans? All the guys are like, I haven't heard of that. What are you talking about? Only, right? That's a subscription service for specific types of content. Yes? And so if you think about subscription, I just use that as an example because it seems to be very popular on the Gold Coast. But Netflix would be an example of what we're all used to. So how many of you have a Netflix account? Okay, so you pay every month, right? So you're on a subscription with that. So you can actually develop a subscription service yourself. Okay. And I'll show you how we've done it in a couple of ways, and you can model it. So the first way is I had this thing called the Money Club. It's on Discord. And when we first launched this, it was $20 a month to be in the Discord to get access to, to me and talk about stocks and investing. So when we did that, we created it and we had, probably about, I don't know, 30 or 40 members paying $20 a month. What's that? 40? It's $800 a month. How many of you want $800 a month? Be all right, right? And we didn't even push it that hard. But the trick to it was you have to add content to it. So it doesn't matter if you're Netflix or you're an OnlyFans person, you have to create content. Otherwise, people will cancel the subscription. Does that make sense? So that's the trick with subscriptions. And here's what here's what Alicia did to make money in subscriptions. I did that. I did the Money Club, but she did this. She developed a skill set in social media. It took her some time to learn how to do that. And then once she learned that, she noticed other people struggle with it too. So she got someone on Fiverr to create this landing page for her. Didn't cost her that much money, maybe a couple $100. And they built this landing page with a video there called The Real Deal with Reels. Okay. In fact, if you go to aliciafernandez.com, you can see it, right? And then it goes through this amazing masterclass she did, high value, showing what people are going to get. And then she sells 12 months? 12 months access to her live training on social media. So click join social media school, and then they pay, I think it's monthly, $47 a month. And they get access to her live lessons, her previous course library, the Facebook group, and all her amazingness. Okay. Now, what's interesting about that is she's attached that to her Instagram. And to this day, after the last, I don't know when you launched that, 3 years ago, it pays her every single, like she's been paid. Think about it. Developed the landing page through ClickFunnels, ran a masterclass, so you do have to, she did that, and then embedded it. And then when she clicks it, someone can pay and go into the group. Now, caveat, she will show up there every 2 weeks to do the live training. So she still has to spend some time on it. And that's why it's very tricky to get a pure passive play. It really is. But it's fairly passive, right? It's pretty passive. I'd say it's recurring and doesn't take a ton of work, and it's very high value for people coming in, obviously, for that price. It's ridiculous. So here's what she needed. She needed ClickFunnels. Okay. That's about $97 a month in itself as a subscription. By the way, you can become an affiliate for ClickFunnels and you can actually make money doing that. A buddy of mine, he's the #1 affiliate person for ClickFunnels. He's won like cars and trips. And anyway, you need a Stripe account, which takes payments, and you need a Facebook group to deliver your subscription services. You can go on Fiverr and get someone to set up you a landing page with ClickFunnels. They'll just do it for you. Then you can get, you can set up a Stripe account for free. Just go to stripe.com, create a free account. It's like a bank account, done. Get a Stripe link, embed it into your button, and you're good to go. And then you need a Facebook group to house your content. And you need to make sure your subscribers are getting fed the content that they were promised. and you have to provide that content. But that's all you need for a subscription service. Or you do like what I did, and you start a little Discord community, and you have a button there, and you send that to people, right? I like Alicia's better. Okay, difficulty to start is yellow because you have to have something to talk about. You have to have something you're good at. Doesn't matter what it is. Just think of something that people would like. To make money, not that easy because you've got to build it. You've got to create the web class, promote it, get people in. There's certain skills there required, and difficulty to maintain is not that hard. But Alicia does have to put, every 2 weeks she puts a lot of effort into making sure she delivers a great lesson, which she does. And so it's orange, orange, orange. Okay, but totally achievable. All right. Now the final one, passive income number 10, is a blog. Now if you go to medium.com. What have we got here? Yeah, we go, medium.com. So if you go to Medium, like medium-sized shirt, you can actually create an account with Medium, and you can now, I did this before AI was invented. This is the last time I did this, Mark, before AI was invented. But now you can go to AI and say, write me, 55 blog posts on this niche topic. And you can even find the niches on Medium that make the most money, and you can get AI to develop them for you, and you can post this blog. You can even pay someone in the Philippines like $6 an hour to post the blog for you every day. And you, with Medium, if people discover you, so Medium's like the Udemy and the Amazon and the Google of blogs. And so if someone discovers your blog and they like it, then you're going to get paid by Medium. And so then you can also be an affiliate of Medium. There's an affiliate business out of that as well. So if you're someone who loves to write, or even wants to leverage AI, and you can actually make money from Medium blogging. But again, it's not huge amounts of money because there's not that much leverage in it. Okay. Very easy to start. I mean, I've got a Medium blog. It's very easy to start. Difficult to make money is a red because you have to make sure you're nailing the niche, and Medium has to see you doing it for a while before they pay you. And it's fairly difficult to maintain. It's easier now with AI because you don't have to flip and write. I'm writing all that myself. What the heck, man? God. How committed was that? It's just like cheating now. So it's easier to maintain now, but it would, if you're a writer, it could be a way to have that, plus your book on royalty on Amazon, hopefully doing a few things to make passive income. So the 10 ways to earn passive income. These are the 10. The ones I think are the simplest and accessible, by far, stocks. You can do it at 10:01 in the morning tomorrow. Okay? It's so easy. That's the best. That is the best out of all of them. Then the next one, I think truthfully, to get into it, to get paid, is definitely network marketing. Not every company, but in our experience, we've seen a lot of people make money, recurring. There's people that were making money 5, 7, 8 years ago. They've done no work since then. I mean, none, no work. And they're getting paid $100 a week, hundreds of dollars a week, if not 1,000. Like, it's a joke how good that is as a passive model. And then I think, truthfully, for passive, I mean, it was a toss-up between book. If you write a book, truly, on Amazon, you can get good passive. And podcast now, monetization is pretty easy with the podcast app. So I like those two. But I really do think subscription is fairly simple now with something like ClickFunnels, Stripe accounts, and a Facebook group. I mean, the technology and the tools available to anyone on any topic, it would be fairly simple to start a subscription model, I think. Not that difficult. So I think these are the three, but it could be a toss-up between that and the book too. So that's my take on it. So here's something you would consider doing for those who want to explore one of those options. You keep your job. This is how you do it. This is how we did it and how I'd encourage you to do it. You keep your job, okay? And you build this side passive income. You build this on the side while you're in your job. You don't just jump out of your job with no parachute into this full time. And then what you do is you build some passive, and then you buy passive. Build passive, buy passive. Build passive, buy passive. Build passive, buy passive. That's called the wealth loop. The wealth loop. And so what happens if you build enough passive and you direct it to buy passive? So for example, when we built our network marketing side hustle up to 100K, we were still in our jobs. We were still in our job. We were making money. And so we took the money here from recurring income and we use it to buy stock, which is recurring income. So this builds on itself. And that is how you do it over time to escape the work. Does that make sense? It's called the wealth loop. That's what we did. So if it's so simple, why don't people do it? Pop in the chat. Why don't people do it? Bob Johnson. Lazy. They don't understand. Scared, scared, scared. Lack of knowledge. Scared, scared, scared. Full-time job is scary. Yeah, you can keep your full-time job though. No one's saying you got to leave your job to get passive income. I'd say Christine's on the money. Not hungry. Lack of knowledge. If it's so simple, why don't people do it? Because they don't have the education, right? And they go, how do I implement it? How do I implement it? Look, I've even got Karen. They go, what's the app? What's the app? Like, tell me. They need direction, right? Don't think they can. That definitely could be it. Not prepared for the initial time. Yes, Gina, I'm not prepared for the initial time of the education. Yeah, sometimes they don't have the know-how where to start, right? Learn from someone who's done it. Yeah, they haven't worked out that they actually can model people who've already done it. That's what they don't realize. They just don't. And so they get taught in school not to plagiarize and copy, and that whole mindset paradigm follows them for the rest of their life, and they're just stuck in their box, right? So the whole idea of being able to set these up is to model someone who's already doing it and getting some help from them to implement it, and making sure you're on the right one for the right reasons, and you don't lose focus and try and do 5 at once, because you don't want to do that, okay? So here's what I want to do for you, for those who want to implement this stuff right now. I've just sat here and spoken for an hour and 10 minutes. And how many of you enjoyed it? Did you learn something? Me, Viviana? Let me ask you this. Pop in the chat. What was the number one thing that you went, wow, that's cool? What was the number one thing? The number one takeaway? Connie, stocks, the passive loop, take action, comparison, stocks are so simple, the whole lot, subscription, active effort, passive income, subscription, stocks, simple. Already doing MLM, want to get into stocks, cool. A passive loop, how easy it is to be, yeah, I know. Pick something and try it, Sonia, absolutely, yeah. So what, you either build it or buy it, that's right, Kylie. The variety, there's a lot of variety, Pete. Stocks at 68, it's funny, isn't it? Yeah. My dad's 67. He's buying stocks hand over fist. When I taught him how to do that, he's like, "Oh, this is the best ever. I wish I'd done this when I was 20." So here's the thing. When it comes to like, I want to go do this, or what's this and what's that, if you start and I give you a little bit and you go to the next step, you'll have another question, then another question, then another question, then another question. Well, when do I sell? How much do I put in? What do I do here? When do I do this? The questions will go on forever. So how many of you would love to implement one of these? Or maybe even 2? Yes? Okay, cool. So here's what I'll do for you guys who have stayed to the end. If you want to implement it, I'll give you this, okay? You can, if you want to figure out which one, how to do it, implement it, whatever it is, you can chat to Melissa, okay? And I'll give you can have 2 calls with her, so totally for free, and you can see if what you want on the calls, I'll show you what it looks like. She's one of our coaches. This is like examples of the calls she's done even just this week, right? And here's what you go, here's how you book it in, okay? freecoachingsessions.com. You can scan the QR code to book them in. freecoachingsessions.com, or scan the QR code. And on that, she'll find out what you want, what type of income you want to get, what type of side hustle you want to build, passive income vehicle, why you want it, why do you want to do stocks, why do you want to do real estate, why do you want to do, right? Why? What's driving your hunger to desire to do it? And she will most certainly figure out what's stopping you. We have to figure out what the obstacles are, and then she's going to give you some examples of how to solve it. Okay, all right, on the calls, the two calls. So if you want to do it, then just go to freecoachingsessions.com now, book it in. And if you want to, you can scan the QR code, okay? You don't have to pay for them. And you can bring questions to the call for her and let her unpack it a little bit with you, okay? And of course, on the calls, if you then want more help, to actually implement them in more detail and start working away at building one of them up, whether it be in any of those, really, for that matter. Anything that we've done, we can help you. And then she'll explain to you how we can do that with you, okay? So maybe Alicia can drop the link into the chat. Might be easier for you to click on it. If she can hear me. Hope your computer wasn't working. Okay. All right, awesome. So that's it for passive income. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoy the coaching sessions. And I hope that you find something out there that you really want to get behind and go for. And if you do, spend the time at it and focus on it. Okay. If it's stocks, stay there and do it. Execute, understand it, learn it, keep doing it, build it up. If it's a podcast, you know how to start it now. Okay. There's some obstacles to get through still, but you know where to start. If it's YouTube, start it now. If it's a subscription, do it now. If you want to do network marketing, get involved with someone who's good at it and get after it, right? You can make amazing money in network marketing. And in fact, in any of these things, you do really well. But what I don't want for you is to think that passive income is something that just appears with no effort, okay? All the things we've learned for passive, well, made from passive income ourselves have taken effort, but it's all worth it. And one thing will lead to another, to another, to another, to another. Okay. But I don't want you laying awake at bed at night thinking, oh, well, what am I going to do? Passive, passive. Now you know. This is a no BS approach to passive. There is nothing else. So when you're talking to someone, oh, come and get over here. If it's not in one of these lists of 10, it's BS. It's a scam. It's made up. Okay. Just so you know, this is it. So now you've got your options. You've got to choose one and go for it. All right. Don't leave your job. Do it on the side and focus. All right. So thanks so much for paying for attention. I appreciate it. Good to see everyone. Hope you've enjoyed it. And of course, I'm going to pop this recording into our Facebook group, Money Buys Happiness Facebook group. So jump in there if you want to watch it again. And you can feel free to add people to our Facebook group if you want someone in your circle or family or friend to watch it as well. It'll be up there for 24 hours and then deleted. So if you want, yeah. So Rosetta missed the first bit, so you can jump in there, Rosetta, and do that. And if you want to jump in and grab one of those calls with Mel, you're welcome to. Anyone's welcome to take them, okay? And she can help you take the next step. All right. So thanks again, and I'll see you guys on the next masterclass. Bye. Thanks, Pete. See you, Viviana. Bye, Jordan.